Hi guys, Patrick here from Wrestlingnerds. I just want to welcome you to, I don't even know what we're going to call it. So yeah, you might have seen in my announcement video, or if you watch my Road to Sir Diary 2022, September, whatever I call it, videos, you may know that I want to do a Q&A. I've kind of been wanting to do this since Road to Corfu Sir Diary 2021, or Road to Corfu Sir Diary September 2021. The idea of this is that basically I want to use this platform so people who want to share experiences, talk about Corfu, and maybe make a little series of us all sharing our experiences and talking in like the comments, and asking questions and helping each other. The idea is, that's the idea, is just to help each other and kind of thing. So I'm just, the only rule of it, the comments will be kind, don't hate on someone because they've put an opinion you disagree with. Don't disagree with, don't send me hate because you don't disagree with what I'm saying. Obviously, just be kind, share the love, and help others. And that's the idea of what this Q&A kind of series will be about. That's if it works. It might not work, and maybe just be me rambling on to the camera for God knows how many minutes now, and it generally, like I say, not work. So obviously, like I said, these questions are questions that I've written. I think the questions are just a bit random. The personal questions to me as well. And then just random questions about Corfu. So obviously, one of the questions that I think will be a big one is, do I think Corfu will be busy this year? And my simple answer to that question is yes. I generally think this is the year Corfu will get after the 2 years of pandemic. I generally believe this will be the best year they've had in the 2 years. I think a lot of people who've had holiday from 2 years ago before COVID happened, who maybe passed on to the last year and then have now passed on to this year, will finally get to go. There's people, obviously, it wouldn't travel during COVID, so the simple fact is they won't go. And I've seen a lot of people on social media posting that they are going back after like 3 years. So obviously, I generally believe this is a good sign. I generally believe from what I've been seeing on social media and what people have been posting about, and I know I think that my mum's going, I think she's going twice this year, or once this year and once like twice next year or something like that. I know my mum's like, she's one of them where she wants to go twice a year now. And I generally think there's other people, it'll be out there, it'll be going out a couple of times a year. I've seen one guy on Facebook, he's already been out and he's come back and is going back out, like kind of thing. He's only coming back for a week and then he's going back out. So fair play to him. And I just generally hope they get busy. I honestly think it will happen, and I'm sure a lot of you will be. And if you're watching this, you're probably going out there and thinking, yeah, let's do it. So, go out there, support the locals, and be good. But second question to write down is, do I think the COVID restrictions will be tougher or lighter? My theory with this is generally like how it was the past 2 years anyway. Obviously, going out last year and the year before, they kind of like lifted a bit restriction-wise when it got into peak tourism time. So the thing is, I think it will be a lot lighter. There is a video that I do speak about this in my Road to Corfu Sir Diary, where I kind of go into explanation of the rules and stuff like that. And I don't think they'll scrap the face mask. That's the only thing I don't think they'll scrap, but I think they might get rid of you got to be like triple jab to go into bars. But it's not a definite, and it's not definitely going to happen. But I generally think this will be, by summer, I generally think it will be up there, and I generally think it will be a lot lighter. But that is my opinion. If you disagree, don't send me hate, just tell me what you think, and then we can have a discussion and maybe do it on video. Next question, it's going into the personal ones. Why don't I go in September? So the simple fact is, you might be watching this Q&A and thinking, I don't know what you're on about. So yeah, I do a series. Obviously, I'll mention it again. Road to Corfu tonight in September. I go in September. I have done. This will be the third year in a row, if obviously everything goes okay. But yeah, it'll be the third year in a row I go in September. And the simple reason is it is a load cheaper. And that is pretty much the reason. It's pretty much near the end of their season. If you like it quiet, that was like the main idea that I started going the first year around, was that it was quiet. Well, not, I didn't know how quiet it was going to be. I was shocked at how quiet it was the first time I ever went. But when I went 3 years ago now. Yeah, 3 years ago. When I went to the Palm Grove. The reason with being it was that I left in the August and then I landed and said to my mum, I want to go back for my birthday. And it was like, what? And my birthday was like 8 weeks away. And I sat down and I went straight on to Jet2 the next day and I was like, I can go for like 100, I think it was like 200 quid for a week. And I was like, I'm going. Literally paid it and then like literally flew out 8 weeks later. So I literally landed like on the Friday and then 8 weeks on that Friday I flew back out because it was just so much cheaper. And that's why I go in September. The weather doesn't really bother me. I do prefer the cold in the, prefer the cold. That's about it, you know. I do prefer the cold evenings. I like it warm in the day. And yeah, September is a cheap time of year. I think the start of the year is cheap as well. I've generally not looked. I might have to look in that for next year. Might have to see about that. What else did I put? Would I travel anywhere else? This is a thing that I have been asked. And the thing is, I do want to travel to parts of Greece. I definitely want to go to Athens to go to Olympiakos game. Obviously, from going to Greece all these years, I support Olympiakos, and it's getting darker in the room. But yeah, I support Olympiakos, and the idea of that is I want to go to Athens to watch an Olympiakos game. Obviously, when their restrictions get lifted properly, I will be looking more into that. So Athens is definitely on the list, but travelling elsewhere, I am going to Dublin a day after getting back from Corfu. So that's somewhat different for the channel. Where are we going there? Why Corfu all the time? This is a question that I generally think people would like to know. So the simple fact is, I've been coming to Corfu for 20 years, on and off 20 years. Well, this will be the 20th year, so it's the 20th anniversary since the first time I went. So thinking about it, that's a bit crazy. Actually, the 20th is next month as well. I think we went in May, so it is like soon the 20th anniversary. And the year before, we went to Lanzarote, and it was kind of like, obviously, your first holiday experience. You're always going to remember it. And I just remember, like, kind of the locals being hostile towards us. And it was like, I didn't know if there was a thing in the world. I was too young to basically, acknowledge the fact is in Lanzarote that the locals were, like, hostile. But I don't know if there was a thing that the English were doing or anything like that. And they just didn't like English. I just generally don't know. And the thing is, it stuck with me. And it was the fact is, like, my mate's apartment, like, almost got robbed. The lich in the middle of the day was all, like, out, chilling out. And then we went back to the room and then pushed the window open and tried with a brush stick to get, like, bags out and everything like that. And it was just like, it's just like one of those things where he came back and you weren't excited. And then when we went to Corfu, it was like, we never felt so welcome anywhere. The simple fact is that anywhere we went, they were so open-armed. They had so much love for us. They appreciated us for just being there and, you know, supporting them. And I've kind of, like, had that love. I did go to Spain a few years later. And the thing was, it was the same about Spain. That part of Spain I went to in Salou was different. They was, like, appreciative. The locals loved you. You know, if you wore Barcelona, top Barcelona. And, you know, but the thing about Spain was that the simple fact is, you know, I was at a bus stop and a guy got his bag slashed. Just took the contents of a bag out and this kid just ran off with the contents of a bag, and it was like, holy crap. So like, kind of the thing about Corfu, I've never experienced anything really bad apart from last year. If you haven't seen, there's a vlog about it where I travelled back and it was the worst weather ever. And that was the only time where I've kind of been like, definitely with the time of year, been put off about going this time of year. That I usually go. So yeah, that's why I love Corfu. I just feel warm. I feel welcome. I feel safe because, like, the first holiday I ever went abroad on my own, and, like, literally, like, out of my entire family, like, kind of thing. I'm the guy that did it on his own for the first time. I literally just went, fuck it, I'm going back on my own. And I went back on my own. And the thing was, I felt so safe because I knew everyone. Like, literally, I walked down the strip and people were like, hello, my friend, hello, my friend. And then, like, you were here 6 weeks ago. And it was like, yeah. So that's why I love Corfu. It's just home away from home. What else did I put? Would I ever consider going in a close season? So, you know what I mentioned a few minutes ago about Athens? I've been thinking about this today, and the general idea of this vlog, it's kind of like a crazy idea. So the idea of my vlog is, if I could say, imagine get a cheap flight to Athens, but it would cost quite a bit of money. If I could get a cheap flight over to Athens, potentially do my Olympiakos game. So say go to Athens Friday, stay in Athens Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leave the hotel Monday morning, hopefully try and get a ferry or a plane over to Corfu, which I think you can do in close season, but there's not many flights that do it, and then kind of time it to stay in Corfu for a couple of days in close season. The general idea of that would be, it would be like a kind of, it would have to take a lot of planning. So the thing is, it's like, would I go in close season? I would love to witness it in close season, but it's if I can make it work. That's the idea. So you never know, maybe in a couple of years' time, maybe I'd finally strike it big on YouTube. I get the sort of money where I can do sort of crazy stuff like that. All right, what do I put next? Do I have any plans for this trip? Yes. When I go in September, I have some plans. The simple fact is, obviously, with the Q&As, I want to do live stuff. I was going to try and do it last year, but then it was kind of like I didn't know what to do. So I've kind of been doing a lot of research. So the simple fact is, people on YouTube, if you've put content on there and you're watching me and you're thinking, oh, it's that guy going, let's watch him, or you've seen my videos, you enjoy my videos. If you've uploaded videos on YouTube, you kind of like was to do with Corfu and to do with just traveling. I've kind of like not taking your best bits, but I'm using it as inspiration and kind of getting ideas. And with the live thing, I'm thinking of just like going live and doing stuff down the strip live. I do TikTok, believe it or not. And the thing about TikTok is it's kind of a better live platform to promote myself. So I think the thing is, I'm going to do like a live on TikToks and stuff like that. So I've got obviously YouTube, I can go live. Instagram, I go live. All the links obviously will be in the description. Facebook page I can go live on, and pretty much like kind of just going live is one of the things that I want to do this year. Try it out. Obviously the videos, I want them to be bigger and better this year. The thing is, I go back and look back at the past couple of years I've done, and like I kind of look at it the way that it's done, and like the kind of like pan off, it starts to get like repetitive, and I think going for a shorter time, it's going to motivate me it's going to motivate me to do better content. It's going to motivate me to do it, and I want these vlogs this year to be the biggest vlogs that I've ever done. I want them to be the better ones. I want them to be the ones where maybe this time next year, you know, the double what I'm getting. You know, the simple fact is, I think like we've got a couple of 800 views. I generally want some of them to be at the point of 1,000 views, and that's how I know as well with the videos. Is the simple fact is that I know when people are starting to look at the videos because the views start creeping up. It's a bit crazy, but yeah, the videos start creeping up. Like the views start creeping up and stuff, and it comes up like, oh yeah, top view of the day is a Corfu vlog. So I know like it's getting to that time of year, people are going out there, and when this video is, I think it's the time people start going out there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, so that is everything in this Q&A. The idea of it is now is if you guys have any questions, I will generally reply back to you in the comments. Obviously be kind, be nice. There is filters on comments, so the simple fact is, I think if you put anything offensive, YouTube will block it and I will have the chance to approve it. But if it's nice and sweet, I'll approve it, I'll get back to you, and then we'll do another video and I'll kind of just go into it then. And I'll go into it then, and we'll talk then, and we'll talk about other stuff as well. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I'm going to leave it at that. I've been rambling on. I always ramble on, don't I? But yeah, I'm hoping those 7 questions that I did, was it 7 questions I did, kind of can give you inspiration for another Q&A. Let's talk about some proper stuff about Sadari, like my opinions, best food, best restaurants. You guys give me some opinions. Let's start building content. Let's start building my vlogs. Let's start doing it that way. So guys, I've been Patrick, this has been Wrestlingnerds, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.